Big surprise, people saying recruiting things on the internet that aren't actually helpful and don't make a lot of sense. We'll talk about it next. So I saw on Instagram a lady talking about recruiting. I think specifically she was talking about soccer. Now, from the beginning, I know nothing about soccer or the recruiting process or anything of that matter. I just know, and I'm bringing this topic up because I know it'll filter into other sports or has filtered into other sports. So before I dive into that, if you are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and click that button. The more subscribers we get and the more you guys watch our videos, then the more videos we can put out for you and help you navigate through this recruiting process. So we appreciate it if you guys will go ahead and subscribe. So thank you ahead of time for doing that. So what this person was saying, should you be a non-starter or a bench warmer, basically, on a Division I team or a starter for a Division II program? Now, this just on the front end is a false choice. Those are not your two options. When you have this mentality to your recruiting process where you are making decisions for your future before given the opportunity, that's when a lot of families and a lot of athletes struggle. You are not in a position as a freshman or a sophomore, for the most part. Now, there's exceptions. I feel like I've talked about those in the past, but for the most part, athletes are not in a position to decide whether or not they become a Division I bench warmer or a Division II starter. That's not an option. But whenever I hear this kind of talking from people, I wonder if they really understand the recruiting process. And again, this is coming from someone maybe disassociated with volleyball, but I hear this all the time on the volleyball side. Something similar, right? Where I want to play Division II because I don't want volleyball to be my whole life. Which Division II program do you want to be a part of? Because if you're not dedicated and committed to our program being successful, even at a Division II level, then I don't want you to be a part of my program. If you're not trying to help us win conference championships, be top 8 in the region, go to the NCAA tournament on a Division II level, then I don't want you to be a part of our program. So those athletes that are playing Division II at a high level, and that's a lot of those Division II programs, they're practicing just as much as Division I athletes. In fact, for Division I and Division II, care log hours during competitive fall season, it's the same. Each Division I, Division II, they both get 20 hours. They're practicing roughly about the same. They're lifting roughly about the same. There's not a huge difference. It's not like Division II is, hey, we practice an hour a week and we just kick it on the beach when we're not at practice, or after games, we just go hang out, or before games, we're just hanging out. We don't work hard. We don't do serve and pass. We don't plan our meals. Like, it's a weird sort of mindset that a lot of people have, this difference between Division I and Division II. And even in that, as you've heard me say before, Division I is a spectrum. You've got Division I programs that maybe have fewer scholarships than Division II programs, which I'm sure someone will get on here and tell me that I'm wrong, like some people have on social media recently about things, but it's true. There's Division I programs that have fewer scholarships than 8. Division I is a spectrum. Division II is also a spectrum. So when we go into it with this mentality of, I'm going to make a decision on picking schools before I even have interest, that's a huge issue for a lot of athletes and a lot of families. Anytime you go through this process where you are, I'm going to choose this over this, or I'm going to choose that over this, you are limiting your options 100% of the time. Anytime you put a filter, you're limiting options. Now, I understand some of the filters. Some of them are good and make sense. You're looking for academics. You're looking for location. You want to stay close to home. You can't afford a private school, and so you're not going to pay $100,000 a year to go to a private school. That's totally fine. Those make sense. But when you're making the decision of, I would rather be a bench warmer on a Division I program or start Division II, like those are my two options. You don't have that choice when you're getting recruited. There's nothing in that situation where a college coach, a Division II college coach, has to go, okay, yeah, you're getting recruited, quote unquote, by a Division I school. That means you're going to start for us. That's not true. Those are false misconceptions about the recruiting process and about programs and about schools and about coaches and about training and about the time and energy that you have to dedicate to your craft to be a starter. You have to be the best. If you're trying to help program win matches and be successful, you have to be the best. Period. End of story. If you're not the best, then you're not playing. It doesn't matter if you made the decision to go from, I could have had Division I options, but I was sitting on the bench. So I'm going to go to these Division II options over here, and I'm going to start for these. Maybe, but you're making that decision 2 years, a year and a half before you actually show up on campus and train. Do you have All-Americans in front of you? Do you have first team All-Conference athletes in front of you? Do you have girls that have been playing for 2 years sitting on the bench behind All-Conference players waiting for their opportunity to play? The premise is faulty. And so we have to make sure that when we're going through this recruiting process, especially in the beginning, if you are not pursuing interest, then we're doing something wrong. Your choices that you have and your certain situations that you're going to put yourself in, that is based on interest from the college coaches, not really anything else. And so as you go through your process, you must continue to pursue interest. If you get in a situation after pursuing interest that you have this option A and this option B and they look a little bit different, then okay, then we're there. But to start off your recruiting process with the premise of, I would rather do this than this over here, who's to say you have that choice? So when it comes to your recruiting process, I will encourage you, look at all your options. Look at options where you might sit the bench. Look at options where you might have the opportunity to start. Again, those are all hypothetical. You can't know those right now. Even juniors, even seniors that are about to show up on campus here in a few months, they don't know what's going to happen. Let me know what you think in the comments and make sure you guys check out the next video.